I'm here with Dark Templar, Vahilo, Teku, and Golgotha, and this is the Second City Chronicle, our first story of Mice and Men. And it's it feels like it was just moments ago that we did our last episode, and that's probably because it was. And we're just going to pick up from where we left off and continue unraveling the mysteries of Chicago. Let's jump back to Vinnie.
All right, so I went into my office there at the shop. I was planning on purchasing some new garbage trucks as Freddie T cleans them, and Elliot and his friend spray paint them with the name of the company in Chinese.
All right. And Elliot was looking at getting out of here at the end of the shift, which was about 4 o'clock, or was it at lunch?
I think it was about 4 o'clock because I came in at about lunchtime with the stencils and things.
Okay.
Yeah. So are we fast forwarding to about 4 o'clock?
We can. It's just that the other guys are basically at where you are right now with the library. It's about 1 o'clock for them. So depending on what falls out there, we may need to check. So we'll start with Grayson, who is on his way in to the library. Yep. So Grayson, we're going to start off with Grayson just arriving at the library.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just to keep the timing correct. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm entering into the library. Going to the front desk.
Okay. Cool. You walk up as you walk in. There's a guy standing there. He's white blonde hair, really fit build, wearing a kind of a waist length leather coat, jeans, and you're walking in and you can see the direction that he's looking in is there's Christopher and a shorter guy and a woman that's wearing a library badge. The shorter, stockier guy is also wearing a library badge.
Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm here to meet with my my acquaintance Christopher. He came in here about a book.
And you say this to the taller guy? Is that
to the person like the receptionist or whatever?
Yeah. So there's nobody at the desk. This guy's just standing in front of there, and he looks over and he's like.
Sorry. So no, I didn't say that. Sorry, I thought there was somebody there. I thought there was somebody there he was speaking to.
No.
So no, I'm just going to make a beeline to Christopher.
Okay. And he kind of looks over his shoulder at you, and he kind of follows with a few short steps. He's like talking past Grayson to Christopher and Jim, the guy that's with him. He's like, I think you've got my book.
I turn around like, who are you? What? Excuse me?
Say, I'm here with the Harold Washington Library. We've been
this is
trying to track down that book.
I think we'll have a discussion about this because I think there's there is a discussion about the convenience of this book.
Oh, is that so? He looks over at
yes. It's actually, from what we understand, it's a book that belongs to the University of Chicago. So I think we need to clear up what's going on with this before anything moves anywhere, I think.
Well, I can tell you that the University of Chicago has no real claim to that book. Look, let me tell you a few things about it.
Well,
you're going to open that book up and you're not going to be able to read anything in it. It's not nearly as old as it looks. And it's like, I bet it was probably found by somebody and brought in.
Well, possibly. I don't know this yet.
And Jim looks over at Christopher, kind of raises his eyebrow.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name? And I talk to the tall
just,
blonde.
Yeah, he just says, "Name's Mason. I'm with the Harold Washington Library Archive."
My name's Grayson. I stick my hand. I'm a professor at the University of Chicago.
He pauses for a moment, looking at your hand, and then he extends his and takes yours. Nice to meet you.
Does he have an ID badge on?
No. Pretty nondescript.
Interesting.
Black turtleneck, black leather waistcoat, jeans. Like even his eyebrows are blonde. Like he's au naturel blonde. Like it's not dyed.
Like albino?
No. He's got bright blue eyes.
Oh.
But
This is the early 2000s. Frosted tips were a thing.
I was going to say also, I watched the Da Vinci Code. I'm just saying.
No. He looks to be in good shape. Blonde, like classic blonde hair, blue eye, right? All American kind of guy. So,
well,
and I'll turn to Mr. Fulton and say, "Were you expecting a second appointment today?"
Shakes his head. No. Says, "Got any ID to show us about the Harold Washington Library?" And Mason just looks at you and says, Yeah, for sure. And he reaches into his coat, opens up a wallet, hands it over to Jim there, and Jim takes a look and says, "It's an ID badge, security ID badge." Right? He hands it back. It's like, "We've been looking for it for a while."
When did it go missing for you?
About 20 years ago.
How many years?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, well then.
But if you don't believe me, open it up and take a look for yourself.
No. It's not that I don't believe you, but yeah, would you mind if we take a look at the book?
By all means.
Well, I was asking the other gentleman who's currently in possession of the book.
Yeah.
Can I confer with the intake documents that we have on it? Like, when did it come into our possession, and also how?
It was given to the library, and it was sometime in the late 1980s.
So his 20-year assertion kind of matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jim's like, "Well, hold on now. The police are looking for this book, right?"
Yes, that's apparently maybe involved in, well, not involved, but might be.
There is an active investigation through our library, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Well, that's unfortunate, says Mason. And he says, "Look, this really isn't going to go over so well, is it?" He kind of talks to himself when he says that. "All right, listen, Jim, is it?" Right? He's like, "I need to talk to you separate from these two here."
Would you mind if I take a look at the book?
Yeah, you can take a look at the book as far as I'm concerned, says Mason. And Jim says, "You've got some ID?" He says, "You're a professor?"
Yes, I do. And I'll show him my university ID.
Yeah. He opens up the Ziploc and takes it out and sets it on top of the Ziploc.
Wonderful. Does anybody have any plastic gloves? Rubber gloves?
Yeah, I'll pull out another set of prophylaxis.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
And Dick, Mason just kind of.
It's a one size fit all. Don't worry.
Laughs a little bit.
That's okay. Apparently this is funny. All right, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go into the book.
All right. And he steps to the side with Jim and starts to have a small kind of chat with him on the down low, right? Lower voices and stuff. Grayson, you start flipping through the book, and yeah, you can't make heads or tails of what is written in it. It is in a language you have never seen before.
Can I roll?
What do you want to roll?
Academics and super smart.
Yeah, I guess.
Academics and intelligence.
If you want to try to identify something about it, like what do you want to roll for, I guess?
Okay, so yeah, what I would want to roll for would be like anything that I guess would explain the symbols. I might not be able to read the symbols, but perhaps there's a way of identifying, like if some like sort of cipher or something.
Okay. Yeah. You can give me your. I think you get 9 again on that roll as well.
Yes. All right. So that is 9 again. Normal. All right.
Wow.
Oh, did I?
With 9 again.
That's a lot of numbers that are not 9 or 10.
I know, that sucks.
That's terrible.
I got 1 success.
Yeah.
I know, I'm here.
Wow. All right. So, yeah, the best you make out of it is that it seems to be a language. It seems to have that sort of kind of look to it, but the letters are some strange blend of like Sanskrit and Greek. Like it's a weird. You've never seen anything like it before.
Now this is before phones had cameras in them, right? So,
well, you would have little grainy kind of cameras on the back.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll take a picture of one of the pages so I could do some additional research.
Sorry, you want to do what?
Take a picture of a couple of pages just so I could do some additional research.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, you snap some pictures. And yeah, there you are. Likewise, Christopher, when he's looking at the book, you're looking at the book, same sort of thing. You've never seen anything quite like that.
It was bizarre. I don't even know what to make of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clearly a language, but I've never seen any language like this.
Yeah. Christopher, any thoughts?
I mean, I'm more interested in the giant blonde hair, blue eyed, red blooded American.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn to the page that has the author, like the front pages, so see if there's any information about who wrote it.
There's no imprint or anything.
I don't think you'll find like.
Yeah, it looks like it's a. It looks like it's a handwritten thing. Sorry, DT, you were saying?
You're not going to find like Penguin Press on it.
No, I guess not.
Go ahead, DT. What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I just think, are you looking for the copyright on it? Is that what I'm trying to figure out? By the way, if Penguin Press wants to endorse us for anything, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, at this point.
This game brought to you by Penguin.
My God.
Won't you the horror in this game? Be sure.
Don't make me start doing like the fake sponsorship that I threatened to at the beginning of this.
All right, so
start quoting analytics that I've written on the spot. Which, by the way, the analytics that I'm making up as I speak say that most of our viewers aren't subscribed, which I don't think matters, but that's what the analytics say. So there you go.
Wow, they should fix that. Yeah, so
yeah,
they should.
Yeah, it seems that that things are, that Mason and Jim are having quite a bit of a discussion there. And the clerk who's standing nearby said, "Yeah, the kid that brought this in, he was talking about the weird symbols in it and everything like that too."
Well, he's right. But tell me, the kid. Excuse me. Wait. Yeah. What kid?
The kid and his girlfriend brought it in. They were hoping somebody could figure it out.
Kid and his girlfriend.
Do you have the contact information of this kid?
Yeah, somewhere.
Because we're again, it's kind of pertinent to an outstanding investigation, so we're just kind of curious at this point.
All right. Let's just let me go look it up here.
I'll continue to leaf through it and try to make any sense of it. Obviously not, but my character would be fixated on this.
I'm sure. Let me just see if I can roll something here. Ooh, I got a success. All right. And yeah, there you are. Mason kind of steps back from Jim there and starts heading back toward the book. "Well, you get your fill there, gentlemen?" And Jim follows shortly after.
Okay, so you go ahead.
It is as you say. I mean, it seems indecipherable. But now the question of, I can't call it ownership, but I guess possession comes into play. This has been missing from you guys for 20 years.
That's right.
But when did it come into our collection?
At the late 80s, from what I can discern.
Huh.
So it's been hiding.
I can already tell you this hasn't been. I mean, this has largely been in cold storage. I mean, we were the first to try and actually sign it out.
Well, it was previously. It was it was in the possession of what was the other library? Sorry, I forgot the. Because they brought it to the University of Chicago's library for safekeeping.
It was at the Oriental Institute.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Oriental Institute. Yeah, so it was at the Oriental Institute. But they sent it here because somebody tried to steal it there.
Can I review the intake notes for any of that information?
Yeah, it was transferred from the Oriental Institute a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, no, you're baloney. Get out of here. Well, that changes things then, because I thought that everything was in line with what he was saying. And now it is.
It kind of is. Sorry.
Well, no,
sorry,
because
no,
I mean,
it came into the possession of the university in the late 80s. Not the library you work at. Sorry. Your records would indicate that it came into
the university. And how did
and then in 2 years ago it was transferred.
And how did the university? Yeah, and how did the university come into possession of it? Because they should have that information too.
It says it was donated.
Does it say who donated?
No. Not at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Okay.
Well, it does give his, and I'm not saying this out loud, it does give his argument some merit. But classic Roberta move to send a not Roberta to pick it up.
So are you saying that out loud, or
No.
Okay.
I started with I'm not saying that out loud.
Oh, okay. There you go. I didn't hear that. Okay, so.
Oh, okay.
Hooray! Audio trouble. Okay, cool. So, yeah, he's like, well, if you've got your eye full, then I'd be happy to take my possession back to the library.
Well, There is still the issue of a police investigation, however, and this book played a prominent role in this investigation of it, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that that we can have a conversation with the police and smooth all this over pretty easily.
I think that's probably the best course of action, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, don't see.
I don't mean to overcomplicate an otherwise simple sort of transfer, but they are involved now because of the nature of how, we seem to have lost possession of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're regained and then maybe lost again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
can I just ask, as far as your university's involvement, have any studies been done on this particular text?
We're not a university. We're the City of Chicago Public Library System.
Oh, well, in that case, has any studies been done on this particular tome?
Well, there have been in the past, yeah, but not by our current group, no.
Well, that's
And
interesting
Jim
because
starts putting the book back
we were
into the plastic bag there.
yeah. Well, it's just interesting because um, Professor Grayson was looking at beginning such an investigation.
Hmm.
I see.
And so, I mean, that's something we could accommodate internally through the university. But if this is going to be changing hands, this might be a good forum to start that discussion. Should we need to go beyond that university? Is this something, and I don't know if you'd be able to commit to it or not, is this something that the public system would be open to?
Well, it is a public library, so I'm sure we could work something out.
Well, it'll be interesting. I'll give him my card. Yeah, I'd like to get in touch with you about this because this is, obviously a concern. It does play prominently in this investigation, and maybe we could discuss the nature of that with you.
Sure. He just kind of reaches forward and takes the card from you and looks at it, puts it in on the inside pocket of his coat. Jim has taken it upon himself to seal up the bag and is carrying it to the back. Says until we sort things through with the police, I'm going to hold on to this for safekeeping. And Mason pauses for a second and then nods. All right, we'll know where it is. And once Jim is kind of off and around the back, he leans in closer. Mason does, and he says to you, "That man is very dangerous."
Sorry?
He kind of nods over in the direction of Jim. He's a very dangerous man.
The librarian is dangerous.
More than you know.
You're just trying to be hurtful at this point.
Listen.
And I would have read you as being more the dangerous sort. No disrespect intended.
I'm sorry. Explain what you mean that the librarian is dangerous, because I'm having difficulty wrapping my brain around that.
Once again, hurtful.
Yes, true, but still. Can you explain?
Yeah, I can explain. He doesn't have your best interests at heart. So I wouldn't push too much with him.
What's our best interests?
Well, he's going to be making sure that that you don't get that book back. Let's put it that way.
Okay, but I thought you wanted the book. I thought it would belong to you.
Oh, it does, but he's also making
Or
sure
your
I don't
library.
get it back. He's also making sure I don't get it back. So, listen. You were just better off steering clear from this place.
I see.
And Jim
So I'm very
starts to
I'm like,
come back from the
my face is exhibiting the business.
Jim
Yeah, I'm
starts coming
already
from the back.
suspicious of the guy. Sorry, what?
Jim starts coming back toward you guys from the back without the book.
Yeah. I'm already suspicious of the guy that's trying to scoop the thing that I've been working to get my hands on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's ominous enough to get my attention.
Well, I'll turn back to Jim and go, well, thank you, Jim. We appreciate the contacting us to let us know that it was here.
Yeah, well, when we saw people were looking for it on the library network, it would seem to be the right thing to do. So yeah.
So I turn back. So I'll turn back to Mason. So I mean, it must be pretty. It's pretty clear that since this has been missing for some time for you, since the early or the late '80s, you must have been. Why didn't it pick up the fact that we would have gotten it in 1989? What do you think? Like, that's an accusation. I'm just curious. Why do you think it only picked it up now?
Well, it had gone missing, and we didn't quite know what it was when it went missing. Our group, again, we've had some rollover with our research group, but anyway,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You are a research group then. You are a research group then.
Well, an archive group, like we're the arc. Yeah, we take care of the. I work with security, but in the archives.
Sorry, did you happen to have a business card just before we part ways here?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
No.
Oh.
You can find me at the Harold Washington
is
Library, right? It's like, that's where I'm from. I was sent here from them. So I'm going to go now. We're going to sort things out with the police and get our property back. But you guys all have a nice day. You too, Jim.
You too. Have a great day, Mr. Mason.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of turns around and heads out.
Well, that was awkward.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to ask something for which you have every right to say it's none of my business. But when he talked to you aside, what was he talking about?
He was just trying to have me forget about the police. Yeah. Would you say the name of the officer was that was heading up the case?
It was.
I'll spit out Detective.
Blah 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 blah.
So and so, probably Mac, because it sounds like he's doomed for failure again.
All right. Yeah. Do you want me to let him know that we have it, or do you want to let him know that you have it? I'm gonna make a call from the library here anyway.
I'll pass it on because the sequence of events makes more sense coming from me.
Well,
yes.
It ended up in our possession though, so I'm gonna give a call here. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, of course.
He kind of heads back to another desk.
Well, so I'm gonna look over at Chris and go, so what the hell was that about?
The distinction between the public and private educational systems. I'm not going to try and run a narrative that way.
That's not. I'll just
stop laughing.
Jesus.
Stop laughing. I specifically said I'm not running a narrative. You stop that.
That's not quite what I meant. I mean there's a bit of tension in that with that encounter.
Well, I mean, you're dealing with and I'm not to say this tome holds any value, but it is so potentially valuable that it holds no intrinsic value. So in that way, it makes sense that there would be a certain intensity about the exchange. That said, they knew what they were doing when they sent the imposing blonde man.
Well, yeah, he was off-putting. Um,
I mean, I myself am not overly robust, and I decided to bring, for lack of a better term, a bookworm. I think would be a fair.
I I do go to the gym.
Okay.
Some weeks, some days,
And
occasionally.
he reads while he's on
Sure.
on the treadmill.
Yeah, sure.
I really actually kind of do, actually.
Okay.
But okay, well, that's
I'm just drawing the distinctions.
no,
All I'm doing.
I just it was just such a bizarre encounter, and
And generally, in breach of convention, as far as the library is concerned, because this should have happened through more formal channels, I think. And separate to that, him showing up without an appointment at exactly the same time as, if anything, suspicious. But
no, I mean, it
at
could
this
be
point,
coincidental, but who knows?
at this point, the trail isn't entirely cold because I do still want to speak with the individual who is attempting to, or had handed this book in,
Oh, the kid, yeah.
because they'd be able to give us really a broader view of the sequence of events.
Well, we need to get a contact information for him.
Well, that's what we're waiting on.
Oh, excellent! You were
I had
running on the spot.
requested such things, and then other such things started to happen,
Yeah, I think, focused on the other such things.
which is fair.
Okay. Speaking of that kid,
But
Elliot.
back to the
Sorry,
yes.
Elliot, your phone rings.
Did the clerk ever come back with the contact info, or did the clerk just kind of go to get a sandwich?
The clerk is back at her desk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm gonna jump to Elliot. Elliot, your phone rings.
This is Elliot.
Hey, Elliot. It's Jim from the University of Illinois Library, the Daley Library.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Jim?
Um,
Nice to hear from you.
there's an awful lot of interest in your book.
Oh yeah, like buying it kind of thing.
No, I don't think they're looking at paying much money for it, but there's at least 3 different guys here trying to take it, claiming it's theirs.
Oh shoot.
Um,
Nope.
To be quite honest, Elliot, I don't want to give it to them, any of them. I want to give it back to you, and I want you to hide it somewhere.
Why? It's dangerous or something?
Until we figure out just what's going
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
bomb or like actually on it. What's going on?
I'd rather have it in your hands than in theirs. You know how we haven't been able to figure out what it's all about, right? I'm worried that anybody that knows how to figure out what it's all about is going to cause a lot of trouble. Where can I find you?
Does that mean you know what it is then? If it's going to cause trouble?
I just got a gut feeling. I always go with my instincts.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
That girl still with you?
Okay. Pardon?
That girl, is she still with you?
Yeah. Why? What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Can you get here?
Yeah, I'll. My shift's almost over, so yeah, I definitely can.
All right. Get here as soon as you can.
Okay. Will do. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Elliot. He hangs up. Who is that? Says Karen.
That was the librarian. Remember Jim?
Yeah, he was really nice.
Yeah, he said that some people are looking at this book and he's worried that they're gonna want to take it. Apparently, this book's pretty special, but not maybe special in the get rich kind of special way, but some other way. I don't know. It was very cryptic. He said we should go and get it. But we know it's a little messed up. Like we were reading those pages.
Yeah, well, they didn't make any sense.
Maybe it's about spirits.
She doesn't laugh. She's just like, maybe it is.
Or like werewolf or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, it's about time. So let's head her, I guess. I guess I'll talk to Mr. Rossi here and see if he gets the lift.
All right. So you head to Rossi's office there.
Office at this point in time.
Yeah, closing time.
Yeah, I want to be walking out of my office anyways.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Mr. Rossi.
Just 1 second there, Elliot.
Okay.
I want to go over to Freddie T.
Yeah.
And I want to just toss a set of keys, Freddie T.
All right.
I just want to say, Freddie, Luca called in sick. You're driving his shift tonight.
Tonight. So that's like
Yeah, that's
time and
when
a
we
half.
do all of our pickups.
That's like time and a half, though, right? Because I've been here all day.
Well, I'm saying go home, get some sleep, get some food, be back here at 11 o'clock, ready to go.
All right. Thanks, Vinnie. I appreciate that.
We'll deal with the pay later on, man.
Not too much later, I hope.
Not too much later. You know me, I'm always good for it.
Yeah, I know you, Vinnie. You're good for it. All right. Well, I'll see you later then. Hey, see you later, kid.
All right.
See you later. Nice meeting you, Freddie.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And he heads out.
Okay, so you guys, the two of you needed a ride somewhere?
Yeah, please. To the library.
The library?
Yeah.
All right. Hop in.
Okay. Motion to Karen here.
All right, she gets in.
And before you do, and I'm gonna pull, whatever hours they worked, 8 hours, $20 an hour ish. I'm gonna pull out $150 for each of them just for their days kind of wages for working.
Cool. So
Thank you.
Yeah, you can give yourself.
Oh,
Sorry, Elliot. You can add cash, $1 of cash to your equipment.
Or you guys earned it today. I mean, you were here. I mean, it wasn't really hard to show up on time when you stay over, but you were ready to work when I told you what I needed you to do. So that's pretty easy.
Well, thanks. I really appreciate the opportunity. If you need us for anything else, let us know. Definitely, getting paid is better than not getting paid. Definitely helps get by.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, and like I said, if you're ready to keep working, I'm ready to keep paying you. That's no problem from my end.
Oh, I'm definitely. I'm good. I'm good for whenever you need me. Here, give me my number.
All right, I'll pull out my phone and just kind of type it in there.
There you go. Excellent. It is a pay as you go. I don't really have a plan or anything, so I apologize if you can't reach me immediately.
All right.
Yeah. One day I'll work up at one of those what do we call them? Business phones. We'll see how long I last, eh?
Exactly. All right,
All right.
get in the car.
Sounds good.
All right.
So which way do I go to drive? Like, do I happen to go through Chinatown on my way to drive them to the library?
You could.
I
You
don't
could
know.
get there that way if you wanted to.
I'm just wondering what, like, is it the most, like, how far out of my way would that be?
It would be out of your way. You could hop on the freeway and it would get there a little bit quicker. But if you wanted to make sure that you stopped in Chinatown before you got there, then you could do that. You know,
Yeah, maybe
you're
I'll
gonna be
do that
hitting
on the way
rush
back.
hour and the like. So
Right. Maybe I'll do that on the way back.
all right. So you'll slowly make your way to the library through rush hour traffic. Jump back to the guys that are at the library.
So, yeah, if we get hold of that young man who apparently turned it in, maybe get some answers about it. About Okay.
And with the warning about Jim, I might try and stay close to the desk clerk, the young lady who we had been speaking with,
Sure.
just
Yeah.
to make sure he doesn't wave her off or anything like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So you guys just keep hanging around there. Jim comes out from the back. He's like, yeah, well, yeah, we gave the police a call here and let them know that we've got the book. So, yeah, I guess we'll let them solve it all. Right? We'll let them take care of the transfer of property and everything.
Yep. I just want to make sure that my information is left here in case I'm needed further. And well, Jim, thank you for your time, and I'll hold my hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he gives you a good firm shake.
I'll do the same.
Yeah, likewise.
I'll give him my card, so just in case there's something comes up that revolving around the book, I'm certainly available.
In case the evil needs to find you more directly.
That's right.
Just throwing those things out, eh? Like,
okay, but keep in mind, like, my character doesn't believe any of this shit. So I mean,
no, that's fair, but like, even my guy's leery, where it's like, hey, do you have a card? No. All right, cool, good talk.
So yeah, I've potentially given my business card to at least one bad person.
I mean,
All right.
statistically, yeah.
Statistically, yes.
All right, so you give it to him. It's like, yeah, thanks.
Mhm.
We'll make sure we let the police know that you were here for it.
Forward this directly to the devil for you. He'll visit you through your mirror this evening. Don't worry.
All right.
Excellent.
So what do you do?
I think we were we were looking to be
Yeah, still in the holding pattern for the young man's information that had dropped off the book via the young lady, the clerk at the front desk, not Jim, because I feel like Jim's going to stonewall us.
Yeah, she seems to not be working on finding a number. She seems to be like just kind of doing her clerical type work.
Oh well, I'm going to let Jim move on then.
Okay.
Before.
Well, he's kind of standing there watching you guys. All right, then, he says.
Yep.
Okay, so I think he's wanting us to leave, actually.
Yeah, typical. And I'll say, is it possible, just again, for the when I go and speak with the detective, could I get the contact information of the young man that had turned this in?
And the clerk looks up at you, and she kind of, her eyes shift over toward Jim and back to you, and she says, he was a street kid. He didn't have any contact information.
Oh. That complicates things.
Oh, so he just threw it in, didn't leave a number, didn't want anything for it?
He wanted to find out what it was, and then he'd come back, he said.
And is this Jim or the clerk?
The clerk.
Can I get a read on this clerk?
Sure. Yeah, you'd be using wits plus composure, or if you have something else that can like wits plus subterfuge or wits plus empathy or anything like that that might give you some clue toward what you're trying to get from her?
Wits and empathy. I have a specialization in lies,
Yeah.
so I assume that's detecting
if,
lies.
if you're looking for lies, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and I will roll her counter here. You're against each other.
Are
you
there?
spending
Oh, so
any-
it's a competing. So there's no negatives. Okay.
Yeah, are you spending any willpower?
No, I'll save it for the upcoming negotiations.
All right.
I'm gonna be positive about this.
All right, and we can roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you didn't get more than her. So it's hard to get a read off of her, but you're not entirely certain one way or the other whether she's being honest or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, at this point, I mean, we know the book is here. We know the book is relatively safe. Yeah, I guess we'll move on.
Yeah.
For now. And I'll say that openly, but again, I don't necessarily believe that they're being entirely above board, especially with the warning from the equally dubious Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
I trust him less, but there's that. That is.
Oh,
what it
I
is.
don't have any particular reason to trust him. It's just it puts the concept on my radar that they're not being upfront about everything.
Oh, fair enough. Absolutely.
So it's something to pay attention to.
All right. So
All
you
right.
guys.
Well, thank you very much again for your time. So let's. We're going to head outside.
Skadoodle, skadoodle.
All right.
Something about noodles.
So you guys head out into the main kind of lobby area of the library, and I need wits plus composure checks from the two of you.
Wits plus composure, where I am a Viking. So here. Whoops.
I got to get empathy off there. Hang on.
Yeah, here, same thing. Okay, wits plus composure. And I don't need academics for that, so let's
look at that.
No 9 again.
Right.
Make sure you're on the right roll.
And
all right. Both of you succeed. You essentially, Christopher, you notice at first. Yeah, Mason seems to be sitting just off to the side on one of the tables there. He's beside, like at one of the tables, not on a table, but flipping through a magazine. And then you kind of nudge Grayson, and he sees it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a distinct kind of guy, so he's
yeah.
Yeah. So I can look over at Christopher with kind of side eye, like, what the hell's going on?
And I'm gonna say, you know what? Why don't you go engage him in pleasant conversation? I'm just gonna follow up with the detective to make sure that they've gotten all the information correctly, and I'll join you in a moment.
Okay.
Just
pleasant
again, you are looking to academically assess an intellectual asset that they may be coming into the possession of in the future. So it makes sense that you would be trying to hedge your bets by being friendly with both
that I can do,
and them.
That I can do.
Okay.
You do you.
That's what you should do.
You do you. I'll do me. Okay. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
really,
just meet me here.
Really took that to heart quick. Okay.
Yeah. I could do this. And
he's gone.
Okay. Good.
All right. Well, now he's all right. Now he's running.
Okay, we're gonna jump over to the car with Vahilo and Dark Templar's characters. You guys are making your way to the library there.
Cool. Yes. So I just want to engage Elliot in some conversations. So, Elliot, what do you need to get over at the library?
A book.
Oh,
Yeah, I found this book.
like you're wanting to find some like Great Expectations thing, or what?
I don't know. It was like a really cool book, and I thought it might be worth some money, and kind of thing. And I'm just being honest with you, right? Yeah.
I don't think you can get a library book and sell it.
Oh, I don't think it's
I'm just gonna put that out there.
well, this book is crazy though. Like it's not a regular library book. That's why I said I went to the university.
Yeah, you can't read
But
it.
you're
It says
getting it from the library. Does that not make it a library book?
No, I'm having them look at it to see what it's worth. Like, cause you can't make heads or tails out of it. So that's why. It's not your regular run of the mill book, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, I was thinking whether it was worth anything.
All right. Well, I guess you do you, man.
Yeah, just trying to get ahead, right? You know me. So how long have you known that Freddie guy for?
A couple of years here and there. I mean, he was a friend of a guy that I knew. Um, working on some boards and charitable groups and all that kind of stuff, and then so I kind of met him through another guy, and then actually a little while ago, that other guy, he was announced missing.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, right out of Chinatown.
Did they find him?
No.
Oh, oh wow, he's still
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah, still missing. Like, I went down and
Well,
I
Freddie
went
was
down
saying.
to try and find some clues, but I couldn't find a thing.
Oh, Freddie was saying there's this like guy that was missing too. The same guy, probably.
Oh, what's his name?
Name, but he was to mention that some guy was missing. I don't have like a TV or anything. So I have no idea.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, he's been missing for a few weeks, and I don't know. I'm thinking at this point he's dead. But I went one night to try and find some clues and couldn't find a thing.
Hmm.
Well, I found a piece of a ripped, like his suit jacket was ripped. Couldn't find anything else.
Well, I hope they do find him. He's okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was a good guy in the community.
Hmm.
His
Freddie
name was Albert.
He also said something very interesting. I don't know how much truth it is, but you said that you make a lot of deals.
Well, of course I do. I'm a business.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it didn't seem like the way he said it was really like odd,
Like how?
like this thing in Chinatown you're doing is not like is risky or something like that. It was what he was kind of suggesting.
Well, I mean, he's probably thinking his friend Albert was just went missing from a place in Chinatown, so that's kind of fresh on his mind, right? So that's that's all I can think of from that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. He's like the only reason you hired him is because he was like Chinese or
Freddie?
something. Yeah.
I didn't think Freddie was Chinese.
No, Freddie's not Chinese.
Oh, sorry. I thought Freddie was
That's all right.
Chinese.
No, he just was hanging around Chinatown.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he just hung out with that guy Albert, and then I got to know Albert, and that was it from there.
He also said don't trust the Chinese. Is that true too?
I don't know, man. You trust whoever you want to trust.
Well, I don't. I don't know. He was just saying some pretty crazy stuff. So I don't know. Like I just met the guy. I don't know if he's just talking out of his ass or.
Well, I mean, you've talked to him. Is he a pretty crazy guy?
I don't know. He's interesting. I never met anyone like him before. He seems like he's very very tombs, like very what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of not selfish,
So
but kind of looks out only for
that
himself.
well, that Freddy, he's a one of a kind.
Hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So you guys pull up in front of the library. You find a place to park.
Okay.
Yeah. And Karen's like,
Do you want me just to wait outside here for you? Do you want me to walk in with you?
Yeah,
What do you need from me?
no, whoever you want to come on in, like that's cool.
Sure. Yeah, I find a place to park, and
yeah,
I
Karen
figured you'd
pipes up.
still need a place to. I figure you still need a place to sleep tonight, so
Yeah.
I'll drive you back to the shop after.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Thanks.
that works. If that works for you.
Karen pipes
Yeah.
up as you come. You're talking. She's like, "Yeah, you should see this book. It's really weird."
I'd love to. I'll check it out.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, you guys head in, and yeah, as Christopher and Grayson are kind of in the main foyer lobby area of the library. You guys are walking in. Christopher, you said you were heading somewhere?
Yeah, I just wanted to step aside and call the detective in charge of the investigation and just confirm the information he'd received.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you find a spot by one of the pillars to make a phone call. And Grayson.
So I'll walk over to to Mason. Okay. Hey, sorry, Mr. Mason. Do you have a moment?
He looks up at you. Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you. So I'll sit down and go. You have to forgive me. I'm an academic, so this is something that's fascinating to me. Um, Could you tell me more about that book? I just find it fascinating. I couldn't understand it at all. As you were saying.
Look, man, you're not going to be able to understand it.
No, I get that, but why not?
It's not written for you.
It's not written for me. That's can
It's not for your culture, right? Like it's not. It's. I don't know as much about it as the other people do. All I know is that you got to be trained to be able to read that.
Oh, I see. So like Sumerian or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. So, you know, this group that that are looking for it. You said that they study this kind of information. Again, my background is in Near Eastern history, and when people described this book to me initially, they thought it seemed like that, but there's clearly nothing associated with that. So, and you're right, it's not an old book. It's actually maybe last 30-40 years written.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but really, you're not going to be able to do much with it.
Oh, a fair point. It just you said it's not my culture. What culture is it?
Yeah. Again, I don't have much of the technical details, man. I just know what they told me. Yeah, we'll jump back over to Christopher. Your phone rings, and you're listening to the phone ring on the other end, I guess. And yeah, hello, this is the detective.
Hey, it's Christopher Sloan. I was just calling with regards to the book that was stolen from.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Have you received any further information on the subject?
Well, we're still looking into all the details, waiting for it to to surface. It'll eventually surface.
I understand. Did you happen to get a call yet from any other area libraries?
No, but we saw that there were. So there was some discussion, you think, about a book matching that description
Mm-hmm.
on the forums or the.
Yeah. Did you happen to get a message, a call from a Mr. Jim Fulton? He said he had just spoken with you and had supplied the details of that book's current location, or the potential location, or the location of a book matching its description.
No, he says, and we'll jump over to Elliot and Vinnie. Elliot, give me a wits plus composure check, or you can. Yeah, it would just be to see if you notice something.
All right. Sheet roll. Here we go. Wits. Plus compose. Okay. And roll. Any modifiers?
Not really. Any bonuses you would have would be canceled out. Look at you.
Cool.
Yeah, as you're walking in there, you're a street guy. You're constantly casing things, looking for easy marks, looking for potential. Somebody left a piece of food. Like a tray with food on it. Still, you're always watching, and you notice a guy talking on his cell phone by a pillar, and you overhear something missing book. Were you called about it? You also spy a guy, two guys that are dressed extremely opposite each other. One guy dressed like some little professor talking to a guy in a seat wearing a leather waistcoat and turtleneck, and he's you kind of pick up things like. So it's hard to read. They said it was some sort of ancient history, that sort of thing, as you're walking through this atrium.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna be on my I'm gonna be on my toes here, like be a little heightened sensed, and I'm gonna kind of look at Karen here and kind of mutter, "Hey, is the atmosphere seem a little different in here?"
And she'll say, she says, "Yeah, something's up. Right, look."
Yeah.
And she holds up her arm, and the hairs on her arm are standing up.
The hairs on her arm are standing up?
Like she's got goosebumps. Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, what? Did you change her? Cool. All right. I'm actually gonna. Is Vinny's with me, right?
Yeah, he's walking along with you guys.
Yeah, and I'm just
I was planning on just being like 15 feet behind, and
Yeah, your usual. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. He's behind me, so he's looking at us. I'm assuming, right?
Right.
And like, I'm just gonna turn back at him, give him kind of like the eyebrow, like kind of like something's not like kind of like mouth, like something's up, like but not actually say it, but like something's up.
What's your streetwise like there, Vinny?
I'm gonna like
my
point to my.
streetwise. My streetwise is 2.
Well, you could do wits plus streetwise to see if you kind of pick up anything like that, or wits plus composure.
What's my composure? My
Or
composure
wits
is
plus
3.
empathy.
Empathy is 1. So I'll roll wits and composure. So that's the
Okay.
highest.
Yeah.
Now I also have. I have a thing called untouchable. So it says, my character commits crimes is always one step ahead of his pursuers because of my methodical planning. Any role to investigate him. So that wouldn't apply, eh?
No, it's if somebody's looking into you. Yeah. So it wouldn't. Yeah. 2 successes. So you kind of note that for a library atrium, there's a lot of talking going on. There's a guy on a phone. 2 guys that seem to be mismatched, kind of chatting at a table. One standing, the other sitting. But there's just there's a palpable tension in the air.
Yeah, my body language is kind of giving a signal too, right? Like he gets what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, down here.
There's like I'm combining what you're swapping. Yeah, there's stuff going on.
I'm gonna say the same thing. Shit, you fucker. I'm gonna do the same line. Anyways, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna just walk to the front desk here.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of, be a couple of steps behind you there.
Yeah. Who's the clerk in front of me?
You're walking up to the front desk, and it is the lady you've spoken to in the past. I need Grayson and Christopher to give me wits plus composure checks here, just as you guys pass by them.
Okay. Over.
What do
Still
you get?
noticing.
Yeah,
Noticing better.
yeah. So, Christopher, you're kind of on the phone with this guy, and you notice just out of the corner of your eye a street kid walking in with a girl, and they're being followed by a pretty stocky bald guy, and yeah, Grayson, the direction you're facing when you're talking to Mason, yeah, you totally notice them as they walk by. But he's just like, yeah, the book's not really for you, and all of a sudden you see those guys walk by.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much for your conversation. I hope that this is resolved in a way that works out well for everyone.
Yeah, me too, he says. He just kind of gives you a puzzled look.
Yes.
Right, what do you do?
So I'm going to get up and casually walk over to Christopher.
Here, can I interject?
Yeah, go for it, DT.
Okay, so when I get to this front desk, because I'm feeling really weird about all these people here. When I talk to the clerk, I'm like, hey, I was just wondering, do you have like a werewolf section I can look at?
And she's like, yeah, we got a supernatural kind of horror section, I suppose, but it's mostly a research library.
Okay. Can you direct me to it? And can you just tell Jim that I'm here and I'll meet him there?
Okay.
And I'm just going to take Karen and be like, all right, let's go.
All right. Vinny, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of still staying a little bit behind
I'm gonna look.
Elliot here.
Can I look back at Vinny and just like give him like just kind of like point to both my eyes for a second and be like just like kind of watch because things are kind of he gets what I'm throwing down here, right? So I'm gonna be like kind of just watch my back kind of situation here.
Yeah, I would like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be necessarily like watch your back. Like there's going to be a a shootout or something in the library, but
No, but like something's odd. We're gonna go this way, kind of like lay low and like follow me kind of thing in case shit goes down.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
And sorry, Grayson, you were gonna do what?
I was heading over to Christopher.
Okay, you walk over to Christopher.
Christopher, did you just see who walked in?
And I'll kind of put my hand on the phone and say, yeah, the kid that generally matches the description we were given, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the stealth approach is probably best for now. I don't want to really bring in this Mason character if we don't have to.
No, he was very dismissive again. Talked about the book being a different culture, which, anyways, regardless.
And Jim said he called the cops. The cops have no record of that phone call. So,
well, that's weird.
I think Mason was both right while being wrong.
Yeah,
So,
why is he still here?
I don't know. I think the kid might be the best bet. So, I mean, blending in and observing might be the move for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So that would be probably wits plus stealth if you guys are trying to make your way in without being noticed.
Yeah.
What's plus stealth? Where's my stealth? Oh, this is not going to be good. I don't foresee this going well.
All right.
Just a second here. Let me bring this up. There you go. All right. And
I did just fine.
I did
And
not.
oh my god, what is your stat block?
Yeah.
I might have a 0 in stealth.
Yep. All right. So there you are. So Christopher, you act as nonchalant as possible. Such things are just not possible for Grayson, and he's trying to act. He's trying to fly casual, and and he just ends up
Knocking
looking
over a bunch of books, basically.
or just looking
Maximum
awkward.
chalant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking
Complete
awkward, like
chalant.
something that draws attention. You're overdoing it, sort of thing.
See, I figured I'd walk in and kind of casually lean on something and knock over a pile of books.
Yeah, that can do too. Yeah.
I just figure you're the guy from Men in Black, the original, the giant insectoid in a human body.
Okay, that is mean.
All right.
I'm not that bad.
Cool. And yeah, you guys can see there's the stockier bald guy just kind of hanging out. No sign of no sign of the kids that were with him. Yeah, and that's kind of where everybody's at here. And yeah, with that, we will call it a session. Thank you guys all for playing. Thank you who have tuned in to listen and watch. We're happy to have you. Please, again, hit that subscribe if you so choose, and hit the bell to be notified of our next episode. We'll have some more coming to you in short order. Until then, for myself, Magna Pi, Dark Templar, Vahilo, Teku, and Golgotha, we are Initiative 0.